All right, man. Let me grab my Adam cup. Drinking more whiskey. So, first off, I don't know, 4-6 weeks ago, this guy sent me $27 for a rule book, and it's not your address. And I keep messaging you on PayPal. What's your address? Eric Garcia, dude. I'm not trying to jip you, man. I need your address. So send me your address. I can send you the book. Okay, so today's video is about the map, because the map comes out in this video today. So I went ahead and actually, as I mentioned before, I was going to do a 40 version of the map, of the 41 map, since we're going to be using that in Atlanta. But I decided, well, hell, for the map file, I'm just going to give you both. You can have the 40 and the 41. Both are interchangeably compatible with each other. You cannot, however, use the current Bloodbath 6 map for either one of these games. So, I mean, you could technically, but it just wouldn't. I highly advise against it, just because it's just not going to work. So, what do I think I got over here? All right, man, your way. All right, so basically, yeah, here's the 40 map. And you can, maybe you can't see me, zoom in a little bit. So the 40 version of the map has, back axis, pro-axis for Iraq and Iran, Greece, and Yugoslavia is untouched. Versus you go to the 41 map, and boom, now it's Germany, and UK and Russia. So those tidbits are all over the map, as far like you see North Indochina is going from France to Japan. There's tidbits all over the place. The Horn, going from UK to Italy. There's a couple Chinese territory over here. Shanxi going from Chinese to Japan. And you'll notice too, maybe you don't notice, let me zoom in a little bit more. You'll see on some of the territories they have the occupying roundel and then the originating country roundel. And you can see they're on two different sides. They're on two different sides for a reason. After I take a sip, I'll tell you. If they are on the right hand side, that means if available, it has to go to this country. If it is on the left hand side, it means it is optional. It means you can give it to the country if available, or you can keep it. There's a couple of those nuances around the map. Here, it was actually Commonwealth that did the fighting pretty much. So if these are taken over by Commonwealth, for example, you can give it to UK if you want, or you can keep it, because it's on the left hand side. Right hand side has to stay where it goes. Going up to the Russia territories, those have to go to Russia if applicable. So those nuances are all over the new maps. So that's what those mean. On the left hand side, it's optional. Right hand side, it's mandatory if possible to give it to the original country. So let's zoom out of here. I went over all the changes pretty much last video, so that's not really important. I just released the files for 6 and 7. Not the setup charts, I'm working on that right now. They're done, but I'm trying to get them on the card decks. Ever since we did card decks 7 years ago, there's always been 2 decks for basically the rule sets, So there's been 2 VP cards, 2 paratrooper cards, 2 convoy cards. Well, I'm gonna see if I can cancel one of those decks and make those setup charts. That's kind of what I'm playing with right now. Okay, so like I said, we went over the maps already as far as nuances and all that stuff. So if you go and look at those files I just uploaded, you will see the 2 new VPs. There are 2 new VPs. One is strict neutrals, the other is genocide. So we'll get to that later. Right now it's just about the map. Also, you'll see there's a new tech on there as well for Bloodbath 7 and Bloodbath 8. So Bloodbath 8 would be the 41, Bloodbath 7 would be the 40. The new mech tech will not really work on the current game. I advise don't use it. It is meant for this scenario here, where there's been lots of territories added into Russia. You use that new tech now, it's probably going to be devastating for Russia. So I advise don't use it. Also, too, the new VPs, wouldn't recommend using them on the other map either because it will be devastating. All right. I guess that's really it. So, like I said, I went over the nuances in the other video, so no reason to go over again. You can see the files that are on the Discord channel. I can put I keep saying I'll put a link and I forget. I'll put a link in the video for Discord. Hopefully I remember. If I don't remember, just say, dude, you said you're going to put the freaking link there, and I can go back and edit it. Happens is I push upload, and like, 45 minutes later, I forget. So, okay, so map files. It is inflation, baby, inflation. So it's going to be it's $45. You get the two files. You get the 40 and the 41. Print whatever one you like because it'll work on both games. Pretty much guarantee the map will not change next year either. So you're good for 2 years on this map. So when I say change, I might add tidbits, or maybe I decide maybe maybe we need North Indochina bigger, dude, because that's where everybody masses up. Well, then I'll have to do some edits to change that. But as far as territory goes and whatnot, things will not be changing. When you go to Discord to download the files, you will see on the IPC tracker, you will notice that the starting incomes have slightly changed from the Axis and Eyes version 40 and the Bloodbath version 40. So guess that is it. Quick, easy peasy. So $45 get you 2 map files. Payments due to siredblood at yahoo.com is my PayPal. Make sure it's friends and family, or I will reverse the charges back. But you also have to pay the fees. Okay, so when I reverse it back, I can only reverse back less the fees. So then you have to do it again. So end up costing you a little bit more if you do it that way. Remember, friends and family. Why? Because I don't want to pay taxes on money for these files that I get to give crap away at the event, right? So it's like, money comes in, money goes out on the events. So, I'm not here to make money. I'm here to get stuff and do stuff for the event. So, I guess that's it, man. Guess that's it. Like I said, I went over all the things last time, so you guys take a look at the maps. If you notice any spelling errors, let me know so I can get those changed and updated for everybody. But yeah. All right. So recap: 40 map and the 41 map are interchangeable. You can play on either. So if you get the 41 printed, it'll work on the Bloodbath 40. If you get the Bloodbath 40, it'll work on the 41. I imagine right now, pretty much you will probably put it on the 40 map just because 41 is not out yet. So the 41 map is this one. So, if you go down here, see, just to make sure you know which one is which, one will say Bloodbath, one will say Bloodbath 40, and the other one's going to say Bloodbath 41. The 41 is going to say version 8.0, and version 40 is going to say version 7.0. Like I said, I wasn't going to do map files, but a lot of people have come to me about it, about their custom tables, about wanting to get printed on this material, on that material. I'm like, we'll just do map files again. So it's all good. It's all good. So for Atlanta this year, we're playing on this 40 version of the map, the Bloodbath map, and the new VPs are in effect. The new tech is in there. There's a few rule nuances. I'm not going to create a book this year because actually, man, it's freaking hot in here. because actually when I do the 41 book, it will have the 40 stuff in it. I don't want to do a book on this because it's actually going to go with the other book. So I can put out a sheet going over the changes, but it'll pretty much be 99%, 95% of the version 6 book. Just the little nuances like the roundels here, the new VPs, the new tech. The VPs are at 13. I've been wanting to raise that for a couple of years now, and I'm not alone in thinking it should be 13. So finally, I'm just gonna like 13. And you're like, 13, dude. These, hey, okay, let's go over really quick. I mean, the resources, we've added two more resources. We have one in Western Australia and we have one in Tibet. So getting the resources is a little easier. China has dropped down from, like, you had to have 18 territories before. Now I think you got to have 12 or 13 or something. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 before versus 18 before. I mean, 13 now versus 18 before. So China's a little easier to manage and maintain. So yeah, 13 VPs. So yeah, man, I can't even think. So $45, 45 siredblood@yahoo.com. Get you both maps to go print yourselves on whatever material you would like. Okay, oh yeah, and friends and family. All right, I rambled on enough. It's like 11 minutes saying the same thing a couple times over and over again. And Eric Garcia, dude, message me, man. I need your address. Guess that's it. Me walk around and shut it off. And we'll do another vid, probably, let's do it next weekend, about the setup charts. I'll do the setup charts will be out this weekend, hopefully. Yeah, they will be out this weekend. Then next week I can do a video about the rules that are going to be in Atlanta. And then that way you just have mental note, because by then you might have had your maps printed, setup charts be out, and you'd be ready to rumble. So next weekend we'll do that video on the update of the rules. All right, take care, brothers. Later.